Hey guys, this is kind of just like a state of the collection. I say collection loosely, but I've kind of been spurred on by Steel 8, who left comments on the Division watch, which has been now been flipped. But these are just watches that I've picked up over time. Some I'm going to sell, some I'm going to keep, and hopefully kind of upgrade slowly of what I want in my collection. This is the uh, Tracer Code Blue. This is the watch that I went to Afghanistan with. Lots of sentimental value. It's still in decent working order. It has had a movement change due to the fact that the original spec movement case was rated for 50 meters, and I knew nothing about watches at that point. Still don't, but 50 meters in my head at that time meant 50 meters. It's the one thing about the watch industry I do absolutely dislike. But lots of sentimental value. It's only had its battery changed twice since 2006, so that's pretty decent for it going. When it's not in use, I tend to pull out the crown to stop the movement from going. In my head, that stops the battery, but it seems to work. Great watch. Reminds me of a Timex with a similar type of dial, 24-hour dial that I had when I was a kid, which is why I like this. Same red hand and everything, which is why I was drawn to this when I bought it. Next one is the Citizen chronograph World Time. I've worn this once. I do not know why I bought it. I don't even like chronographs. I bought this on the plane to Fuerteventura. I had spare money and knocking around, thinking I would like it. I've put it on a black white NATO. It seems to go quite well. It just doesn't fit very well on my wrist at all. I'm not a fan of chronographs, and I probably will not buy another. It's why I don't like the Breitlings and things like that. I have no need for chronograph times. I'm quite simple when it comes to times. I just want day date, just a date even, functionality. I don't need to know the time on. Just quickly what time is in Honolulu, anything like that. But this is one watch I will definitely flip. Not liking it at all. This next watch I purchased just for the bronze, and this is CUNS8 marine grade bronze. It's an unmarked San Martin from China. It's got an NH35 movement in it. It's winding, it's hackable. The loom on it is excellent. The only reason I bought this watch was to play with bronze patina. This one, it's got some really. I've got this since Christmas. This has been sitting in the garden. It's not been polished. It's just sat in a plant pot until early March, and I do want to start playing with more about platinaing. This watch has got quite a lot of comments, and I can't understand why, but it's because it looks rusty, and people are going, "Why are you wearing a rusty watch?" But it looks cool. But it did originally come with a Cyclops. I looked at YouTube videos on how to remove the Cyclops. It was just using a jet flame and a modeling knife, and it just flicks straight off. Was never a fan of Cyclops. If I even have had a Rolex Submariner, which is probably my dream watch, I would probably look to get in the no date version of it. So the reason I want a Submariner is I am a former Submariner. It's always been a dream watch ever since qualifying as a Submariner. But this marine grey bronze, I love the way it looks on your wrist. It's currently on a Marine Nationale French power trooper strap, and I am actually in the process of swapping out all of my NATOs for Marine Nationale straps because they are so comfortable. But this one was just literally a cheap bronze watch that I bought from eBay just to mess around with bronze. Yeah. Next watch, Seiko Ice Monster. I love this watch. Unfortunately, this watch hurts my wrist. It's almost like an RSA type pain. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's because of the size or the weight of it, which is why I took it off the oyster strap and put it on a two-tone grey NATO from Blue Shark. I got the idea from Shane over at Relative Time. I saw him doing a review of it with the same NATO strap, and I was like, well, I'm having a piece of that. This is a shame. I love this watch, and to use Shane's words, it's absolutely polarizing to look at. It's got some of the best lume you'll ever see on a watch. It's readable throughout the night. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to flip it for the simple reason it hurts my wrist, and I don't know why it hurts my wrist. It just I feel like I'm getting like it's like an arthritis type pain only when I wear this watch. Don't know why. I don't know if it sits right, but there you go. N8 doesn't have the NH35 movement in it, but it does have a winding and hackable movement in it. This is the Model 2 version of it. I remember having the orange ice baby monster, and that wasn't windable or hackable. But absolutely gorgeous watch. A lot of watch for the money. Absolutely love it. Unfortunately, it's going to get flipped. Moving on. I was lucky to pick one of these up. I was given a list of 3 watches that I think everybody should have in their collection by a friend, and I named this one. I named the Rolex Submariner, No Date, and I named the Seiko Alpinist, another watch that I really want. But he ended up buying a Rolex GMT2, flipping that for a 50th anniversary version of the moon landing watch. But I picked this off him for £200 less than retail. So for me, that was an absolute bargain. I told him he could try and flip it for more, but he was like, no, you have it. So I ended up paying £200 for a £450 watch. Now, is the metal G-Shock Square worth £450? Yes, absolutely. This watch has got so many comments on it. But I saw Geordie over at Just One More Watch showing how to convert a G-Shock Square to a metal G-Shock Square, and I've disliked him ever since. No offense, Geordie, love you really, but this is an awesome watch. The only thing I don't like about it is the Bluetooth functionality on it is just a gimmick. No need for it at all. But I do like the fact that we can set the date to the British format on it, which is the 23rd of the 4th, rather than the 4th 23rd, like the American format. So do like that. If you can pick one of these up, absolutely recommend picking one up. It is so comfortable to wear as well. I don't even know I'm wearing it. I work in the comms industry now, so I'm in and out of data cabinets and things. This one gets banged about, and there are no scratches on this watch whatsoever. Considering how, saying that, it could just be a smudge. Yeah, it is a smudge. But absolutely stunning. Right, moving on. Orient Kamasu. I've had this for a number of years now, and I absolutely love it. There are a load of reviews on YouTube on the Orient Kamasus on all I think it comes in 4 different colours. I opted for the red one. I found the red one polarizing. It's stunning to look at. It goes with anything, and it's not really a true diver, but I'm safe to dive in any kind of water with it. It's been in the sea the Mediterranean. It's been in the Atlantic. Absolutely stunning watch. It's almost like it's got a little. I know Orient's a separate company from Seiko Epson, but there's a few anomalies on the watch that really annoy me, and that's like the chapter ring doesn't line up properly, or the bezel ring doesn't line up properly. But that's just one of the quirks of owning an Orient stroke Seiko, I guess. Absolutely love this watch. This one, my Casio and my Hamilton that I'm just about to show you, are the ones that are really fighting for my wrist time at the moment. So, but there you go. This one needs no introduction, I don't think. I'm currently wearing this Khaki Field Auto 42mm on the red black NATO. I've taken it off the brown leather straps, which the brown leather straps are excellent. Can't complain about those, they are really good quality. I wish you could buy the metal strap for this, but it seems if you go to the Hamilton website you can only buy the metal strap if you buy the watch with it. They don't have an option to buy the actual oyster bracelet with it. So, and I've not looked to see if it's worth buying that yet, really, in any more depth. This watch, like my Tracer, excuse me, similar sort of military-esque field watch type dial. Again, both reminds me of a childhood Timex I had with the same Arabic numerals and 24-hour dials, and the same light red tipped second hand, which drew me to the Tracer, and it made me buy the Hamilton. This watch is my most expensive watch. It retails at probably about £450. I will not swap this watch. This one's good for about, last time I checked it, for about +7 seconds a day. The rest of the watches I haven't really checked. The Casio one radio syncs, so that's generally on correct time anyway. But that is the state of my collection. Any questions or thumbs up? Great. Thumbs down? Great. I don't care. But there you go. That's my collection.